Hey guys, it's Sam. I'm here today to do the BJD Journey Tag that the BJD Addicts channel just put up. I think this is a really cool idea. I know that I've answered a lot of this stuff already from doing different prompts and introducing myself, but I figured it might be good to just kind of, like they said, compile everything into one place so you guys don't have to go searching around for like whatever that I said before or whatever. Let's get started with the questions. Number one is, how did you find out about BJDs? I learned about BJDs like a long time ago. I was searching through DeviantArt and just kind of glancing over stuff, and all of a sudden I come across this like amazing, beautiful doll. And then the price tag really deterred me after that. So I kind of like let it go for a while, and then a couple of years later I came across them again, and I just like fell in love all over again. And so I finally talked to my mom about it because I was really thinking about this for a long time and I was saving up and everything. And she, when she first heard about it, didn't really understand it, but she kind of gave me the benefit of the doubt. But she made a compromise with me, and she told me that, and started with kind of the cheaper non-BJDs, you know, kind of like Dolphy Plus, Obitsu, stuff like that. If I started with them and still really liked it, then she would let me get a more expensive resin doll. So I agreed with that, considering I didn't really know much about the hobby in the first place. I wanted to kind of get to know stuff a little bit more. So I tried that out, and I turned out to really, really like it. I started doing my own face-ups on all of them. I started making my own clothes, which were horrible, by the way. And she could tell that I really, really liked them. And so she finally let me get my own doll. Question number 2 is, what was your first BJD? Athena was my very first BJD. Right now she's in her steampunk costume that I have yet to finish, but I'm working on it. I only have 2 pieces left. She was kind of like my starter. She's a Doll Zone Annie, and I got her through Featherfall before they closed, and I feel really sad about that because they were amazing to work with. But, yeah, I think she was a great starter doll. I really, really love her. She's kind of like my personal favorite, which I feel kind of bad saying because I don't really like having favorites, but I guess she would have to be one of my favorites. The next question is question number 3, which is, what is your favorite BJD brand or company? And I will have to say, I don't have one, honestly. I have, as you could see, I hope, if you guys recognized any of the sculpts or whatever, I have dolls from a ton of different companies. Let's see. I have Lutz, Soul Doll, Ippelhaus, 5-Star Doll, Doll Zone, Miji Doll, Miro Doll, Hujo. I have so many different company. Oh, Aaron's on an F doll body. I get my dolls from everywhere. Number 4 is, in what way do you explore your creativity in this hobby? And I do a lot of stuff in this hobby. I will have to say, though, I don't sew clothes. I can't do it. I've tried it before. It turns out bad. So, I end up buying everything instead. But I do face-ups, which I've shown you guys a couple of them before. I do all of my own dolls' face-ups. None of them have, face-ups that aren't done by me. I also take photos. I do photography. You can check it out in my DeviantArt. I post it on Tumblr every once in a while. That's mostly what my Tumblr is all doll stuff. And Facebook, BJD Addicts, stuff like that. So, other than that, my creativity, I kind of make stories for my dolls. I have a lot of storyline going on with most of them back there, but I haven't formally written down anything. I do make a lot of props or certain things for my dolls. I made Athena's pigtails back there, her little dread pigtails, and then the couch and chair that they're sitting on, I made those too. So, I like to make certain crafts for my dolls, just not clothes, because I can't sew, and if I do end up sewing something, it turns out like crap or is way too small for them. So, okay, number 5. And how did you get started doing this? I'm gonna stick with photography and face-ups. Face-ups, I got started just by doing my own on my own dolls. I didn't want to pay for other people to do them for me. I really like the idea of painting on the resin. And then photography. I've always really liked photography. I really like art and design and different stuff like that, but I've never really done photography before this. But after seeing all like the really pretty doll photos on like DeviantArt and different places like that, I wanted to start making my own like that too, instead of just having my dolls like sit around and not really do much. So I took my dad's camera, which he gave to me like a while back. It is a Nikon D80, which is, it's okay. It's older. It's an older DSLR, but it's really nice. It does the job. It makes really high quality photos. So I really like it, and I'm slowly learning like different stuff about it. Alright, number 6. Where do you buy your BJD items from? Clothes, wigs, shoes, etc., accessories, and etc. I can't tell you that. I can tell you in general where I get some stuff, but I can't really tell you where like I get every single thing. If you guys want to see a really good video on that kind of stuff, check out my it's like BJD item collection or whatever video I made. It's 2 parts, and it explains where I got everything and like almost everything that I have. It's not updated up to like January, but check that out if you want to see like some of the places that I get stuff from. But I do a lot of eBay and Etsy searching, and I do, let's see, I've ordered from Taobao before, which went really, really well. I kind of tend to stick towards like auction sites or whatever, just because I usually can find cheaper stuff there. A lot of times they have stuff that I like, but sometimes like I'll order from Mint on Card, just like random stuff they have in their clothes section, Denver Doll, Alice's Collection, stuff like that, and I just kind of order from their clothes sections wherever like I find them. For wigs, I get a lot of them from eBay, just random eBay sellers, and I've commissioned one wig, which is Logan's wig. Or wait, I should say I commissioned 2 wigs. I also commissioned Vaughn's older wig, which he uses every once in a while. But the other ones I all got pretty much off of eBay or like with the doll, or I got secondhand from like DOA or Facebook or something. Number 7. Do you have a certain style you like for your BJDs? And this, I'm going to say yes, I do. I have, let's see. As you can probably tell, I kind of go with more casual stuff. I kind of am deterred from like fantasy stuff. That's kind of my mom's genre, and I'll let her do that for now. Which I might get into like one elf or something later, but I don't think it would like stick very long. I'm not very good at fantasy stuff. But all of my dolls that, let's see, most of my dolls, I should say, everybody that is from like Athena all the way this way, so like from her, all of them are part of the same storyline. So they kind of all like fit together in the same style, and they're kind of supposed to represent like college kids. Like if you can see the couch back there, you can't really see it, they're kind of sitting on it, but it's like one of those old like 70s 80s couches that like your grandparents have. That's the kind of material that it is, and I cut it out of the back of one of my old couches. So it's kind of supposed to be kind of grunge, not like extreme like punk or anything, because I don't really have that kind of style. It's more just regular casual stuff, and kind of based on their character, they'll kind of like be different. Number 8, what size of BJD do you prefer or have the most of? I have the most of MSD size, size dolls, or 1/4 if you want to call them that too. So far I have 3 MSD size dolls at home, 1 more on the way, and then, I have 1 SD17. Phineas is kind of in the middle of SD and MSD. He's an odd size, 52 centimeters. And then Cole and Logan are my SDs, and then the other ones are kind of like different and whatever, and 1 tiny. So I would have to say, considering I will be having 4 MSDs by the time that this new one comes in, that I will hopefully get a box opening up up here, like in the next couple months or so. I will have 4 MSDs, so I would say that's kind of my favorite. They're easy to handle, they're easy to find clothes for, dress, stuff like that, depending on where you get them from and what body size they are. So I just find them a lot easier to take photographs of and to pose and do fun stuff with. Easier to transport too, so if you're going to a meet, they're pretty easy to take with you. Number 9, do you have more male than female dolls or vice versa, and why? Guys, I think. Maybe. I would have to say I kind of have a mix. I like to keep it varied. I have, for resin dolls, 5 boys and 3 girls, but that's not including my non-resin dolls. I have 4 non-resin dolls. All of them are girls. I have a boy coming in right now, but even after that, I think I'm still gonna, and like all the dolls on my wish list, there's like 1 boy, couple girls, and that's just because that's what their characters are. So, it all just kind of depends. I have a mixture of a lot of them. I don't really prefer one over the other. I love boys and girls equally. So, yeah. Number 10. Tell us a little bit about one of your dolls. Considering he just came in, and I haven't really talked about him much, and he kind of ties together with, like, every single one of my dolls, I will go with Finn. His character is the brother of Vaughn, and he kind of has a little crush on his brother's girlfriend, Athena, which is a problem. And then Aaron, back here, right there, he is his best friend, even though they're totally off on scale. I don't even care, but they're best friends, so. Phineas is a Soul Doll Vito Lester, and I just got him in recently. He's 52 centimeters, and I love him a lot. I did his face-up myself, like I said earlier. I do all my dolls' face-ups. He is a 21-year-old music college student. He is kind of like a musical prodigy, but, like, he doesn't treat himself like it. He can pretty much pick up, like, any instrument and, like, play it. But that's just because he kind of, like, he self-teaches himself, like, everything. He's kind of a loner, except for, like, Aaron and, like, this little tiny friend group that he has. But most of the time he likes to be alone. He is kind of teen angsty. He has, like, a temper every once in a while. And Vaughn kind of takes after him a lot, which isn't really a good thing every once in a while. But yeah, he has a crush on Athena, which is a bad thing because it's his brother's girlfriend, and that's a problem. So there's kind of a little stereotypical love triangle going on in there, but I have no clue how it's going to turn out because I haven't written that part of the story yet. Question number 11. Have you ever sold a doll? Why or why not? I have never sold a doll, and I highly doubt I will ever sell a doll. And the reason because of that is I usually buy a doll because I'm super, like, in love with what they are. I have been, like, when I first got Athena, I fell head over heels for her character and her sculpt and everything. And I'm still that way. I don't really think I'll ever really grow out of them. And if, like, I feel like I'm not really attached to them, I start customizing them more, or I start developing them more, and I get really excited again. But the reason that I'm, like, so attached to, like, other dolls that I have is because when I started planning for Athena, I planned for all of them. Well, I shouldn't say that I will never sell a doll, because I will. Malin will be going to a new home, after the end of this year, most likely. I'm reshelling her character. I'm not getting rid of Malin, but I'm reshelling her character into a resin version. Question number 12. Where do you go to connect to other BJD collectors? I'm a part of Den of Angels, Dairyland, different Facebook groups. Hi, Kitty. I'm part of BJD Addicts on Facebook, of course. And a couple commissions pages and stuff. I'm also, like, I have a Tumblr, so I, like, connect to people on there too. DeviantArt, it's a pretty big one for me. I have a lot of watchers on there, and I watch a lot of people, so that sounds really stalkerish. I also go to meets in our local area. All the people there are absolutely amazing. I love all of our, like, meet attendees and stuff. Everybody is so cool. They're so much fun to talk to. They're really easygoing, and they have beautiful dolls. So, number 13. Do you tell everyone about your BJDs, or is it more private? Here's the big thing for me, is that my dolls are extremely private to me, and that's not because I'm ashamed of the hobby at all, and that's not because I'm too scared to tell people. I don't really like sending people my pictures that aren't in the hobby, mostly just because I don't want to have to go through with the whole thing of having to explain what it is all the time, or having people, like, tell you, like, oh, they're like Barbies or whatever, you know, the stereotypical thing. I don't want to have to deal with that kind of, like, either judgment or, and I'm not like that whole, oh, I care what other people think of me or anything. It's just, I'm just kind of, I don't want to have to go through with that every single time. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand on that. Number 14. How old are you? And you can round if you want to. I'm guessing this is probably to get at, like, to see, like, oh, dolls, like, are for everybody of every age kind of thing. Like, you're never too old to have a doll or whatever. But, I am 19, almost 20. Well, I should say I'm 19 and a half. I'll be 20 in January. And then the last question, number 15. What is your grail doll? These two were my grail dolls. I first saw August a long, long, long time ago. Back when she first came out, I saw her, and I loved her. I loved everything about her. I wanted her really bad. She was kind of like the one that always brought me back to dolls too. I kind of had that whole, you keep seeing her everywhere. She's the one you kind of dream about kind of thing going on. So, and she was kind of like the first doll that made me go, oh my gosh, I want her. So, just the fact that I was finally able to get her just blows my mind. It makes me so happy. I love her very much. So, and then, Phineas was also kind of like my second grail doll. He was, like, I saw his face when I was ordering, like, when I first was planning on getting Vaughn, which is his brother. And when I went to Soldall's website, I saw him, and again, I really, really liked him. I thought he looked really, really cool. He had that really nice, mature face that I liked, and I really liked pretty much everything about him. So, but then again, the price really deterred me again. I thought, wow, $400 and some for a doll, I can't really do that. That's way too much money for me. But eventually I was able to get him. So yeah, those are the BJD Journey Tag questions, and it was really fun to answer them all. I can't wait to see what all of you guys say, and if you guys have any other questions or want to know anything else or have any other good questions that you guys have that you want me to answer on video or whatever, let me know. I'm always wanting to do more videos for you guys and stuff, so hope you guys like up here in this general area for my aesthetic business and shop and stuff, for if you guys want any BJD face-ups right about in this general area over here. And then click over here, general area over here, for my DeviantArt page, which has like all of my like pictures and stuff. And then one more over here again, I will put my Tumblr, so if you guys want to check that out too, follow me there, and I will try to follow you back. I try to do that with a lot of my followers and stuff. I really should go back through and do that, but I post a lot of my pictures there too, and I update that quite frequently as well, with news about like other BJD stuff. So Until next time, I will see you guys later. I will be checking for more tag responses. And again, if you guys have any other questions, just let me know. So we'll see you guys later. Bye!